Hey folks, welcome to another awesome episode of Trapping with Jinx. Today in this video we're going to do a nest raider job. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll show you guys a lot of catches up front, and then I'll break down some of the properties. I'll talk a little bit about why we're doing this. It's important for everyone to understand, with the fur market being so low, the predator species, the population are overabundant. So we were wanting to get our predator species down, which is our raccoons, our possums, our coyotes on the side, so that we can have the small game, pheasants, quail, turkey, before they drop those, before they start dropping their eggs. So anyways, that's kind of the goal of this program. I hope you guys like this video. I am going to break this down a little bit, but I definitely want to show you a lot of catches. So here we go. Jinx, have a great day. There you go, not bad. Check day number 1. Pretty good little numbers. Usually I have my best catches on my first check. Not too bad. I like what I see. All right. Okay, one thing to kind of keep in mind. So if, say you're a property manager, say you've got your own land and you're curious as to why we're doing that. If you did all the food plots in the world, if you had the habitat, you had all of that in place, you're doing everything that you could possibly do to support a good environment to have the birds and the small game, you're still not going to have it. So the reason being is that everything that you're creating is going to become something for the raccoons and the possums to just go ahead and take. So when they're dropping those nests and they get into those eggs, you're just kind of trying to climb a greased flagpole, so to speak. You gotta have a predator control program in place, and I just want to encourage you to do that. Okay, well, I thought I'd take you to one of my better spots and show you why it's so good. And there's this fence row, old road goes down through, actually. Kind of a cool little gated old gate. Just so neat, you know. I do pretty good on this little corner piece. There's a good trail. Now this is a woven fence line. It's a good trail right here starting. So as you can see, I think I caught a coyote, or I caught a raccoon here yesterday and a raccoon today. And just the way that this road just kind of funnels right here is why this is a good set location. I saw the trail going underneath the fence. Now some of you guys could set 220s underneath these. We can't do that in our state. A lot of guys would do that, but you know, if that's legal, I guess, and you don't have any hounds in your area, then go ahead and do it. But I just set off of this trail in that corner piece. You can see we got another nice raccoon. And just look for these trails, guys. You know, you just see this trail going down through here is a real faint, small trail, about 4 inches or so. And the raccoon tracks are on the trails. They don't usually deviate much from that. I'm going to show you guys the reset on this, how I reset all my dog proofs, so you guys can kind of get an idea. Now, this is me, but I always like to set the trap right off of that trail to where they're kind of coming and going right here. That's kind of the plan. That's the first thing that I do. Now, if you don't have a reset, which I have a reset, you want to set your traps as close to this trail as possible. That's where their feet are. That's where they're going to be. And that's how we're going to reset that. All right, next thing is I have my fish oil. That'll be last. I usually will put a marshmallow. I like the bigger ones. That's going to go on the inside right here where my trigger is. I like to put that right in the middle of that trigger so that they have something to kind of grab. But that's just me. Set my trap. Now, all I do is go just a little bit off the trail. You can hide your stuff if you want to, just like that. Now I just fill it up. It's that simple. You go halfway if you want, put a little on the trailing. That's that easy. Last step, I put my fish oil. Usually I like it on the trail. I shoot it over there. There's another trail that way. That might kind of help pull them over. Okay guys, so we got another nest raider here. Super excited about that. You can see how easy it was to reset that. Don't worry too much about the blood. Raccoons will pretty much just fall for anything, won't they? Okay folks, we're gonna take a quick break in the video. You've probably been wondering what I'm using to make all my catches. You've seen a lot of catches so far. I'm gonna show you guys real quick how to make my DP bait. So if you want to go ahead and scroll forward, that's fine. But raccoons will basically eat anything. So I try to go with what's cheap and what's a filler. I've used anything from cat food straight to marshmallows. But I did pick up some cereal at Sam's Club in a 2-pack box. I got this for like $5. It was really pretty cheap. And then I usually will buy a type of cat food, whatever's cheap. I went ahead and went with the Friskies. It just, I don't know. Miniature marshmallows is another item that'll go in my DP bait. And then last but not least is anise oil. You could buy anise oil extract from your grocery store. It's usually in with your spices area. That's got a little bit of punch to it, and it smells kind of like licorice. It's kind of my color. I will put that in with my bait. So I'm going to show you guys how I make this real quick, and I'll show you a couple other components that I'm also using on my line that'll help you to be able to be successful as well. Okay, so out of a 20-ounce thing of Cap'n Crunch, I'm going to put all of that in my bucket. And you can use any cereal. I think they'll eat it all. And then I usually like to use about half of this container to one of those. And then I've been doing about half on the marshmallows, but I kind of been liking the marshmallows lately, so I might wind up putting the whole bag in there. They seem to eat the marshmallows really well. Last but not least, I just take a little dose of this and I just pop it in. Whoops, it's a lot too much. Put the lid on top. I'm gonna shake it. There's my DP mix. Works pretty good. And if you want to add a little more marshmallows to that, go for it. Shellfish oil I think would work fine too. But that's got a really good pop to it. And that's what I'm using in all my dog proofs. I like it. It's working really well for me. I'm not going to change it up. There's no need for me to spend a lot of money on dog DP bait, and that'll last me a lot of sets. One other thing real quick on my dog proofs, I like to use the Chernobyl raccoon eggs. I put those, I really like them in the woods around those den trees. They will stick out. You'll see these in the videos as well. Chernobyl raccoon eggs, check those out. They work out pretty well. And then last but not least, if you're wanting to make some pocket sets, in my video you'll see how I'm making some pocket sets. 1 can of Jack Mac or mackerel from the this came from the dollar store. I mean, that's how cheap I'm going. This will last me several sets, at least a handful of sets. Grab a couple cans of that, throw those in the back of those pockets or on your blind sets, on your crossover trails, poke a hole in the ground. Put that there. If you want to catch possums, you want to catch raccoons, you can't beat that. The oil's good. It lasts. It works really well. Alright. Okay, so every property I look at, I want to go to where the raccoons are denning. I want to go to where they're feeding. You put the trap basically wherever their feet are. And that sounds like almost an arrogant statement. But it's really that simple. You gotta try to keep everything simple. So we go to where they're denning, we go to where they're feeding. I like to set the dog proofs. They're easy, they're quick to set, but I also like to set some water traps because I know that they're gonna be working the banks and I wanna put that trap right underneath their feet. So I create a variety of different sets for them because I wanna catch the overabundance for sure. Every property is gonna have some leftover. I mean, you're not gonna catch all of them, but my goal in this program is to catch all of them because we all know in time they're gonna come over from the neighbors It's kind of like the leaves in the fall. You know, when you're raking the leaves in your yard, the neighbors are gonna have some leaves they're gonna blow over. So in reality, you're probably gonna have to do this program year after year. But the goal of the program is to catch everything now and to do it as quickly as we possibly can. So try that. Go to the denning areas, go to the feeding areas. Their trails are so simple. It's like a 4-inch trail. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and they're really easy to catch. Okay guys, it's real important that I put my foothold traps here over here on the corner with this nice opening right here. It has this tendency to catch coyotes, has a good tendency to also catch possums, and then the raccoons, of course, is what we're really here for. The more nest raiders and the predator species we get a hold of, the better off we are, right? So I like to have that variety. I had a dirt hole here on this corner. Just everything kind of flows through here. There's a good trail behind me. And I was happy to connect on this. Okay guys, I want to take you guys to a location. I'm going to break this location down, show you why I like this part of the property, so you guys can kind of see why I'm doing what I'm doing. It might help you out with your property. I came to this creek. It does wrap around. There's a big ponds type structure or a lake type structure. I'll show you that in a second as well. But first things first, this trail was here last year. I'm very confident it's going to be here again next year. You can see it kind of goes across here. I got a DP there. You've seen my catches. Got another DP there. There's a dentry on the top side. But this is basically like a short piece that cuts across. So you got the creek. It's coming around this way. And then they're just cutting through. So that's a coon trail, obviously. Have to set that. It's just a no-brainer. Take you down the creek side, and I like to show you a little bit of the variety that I like to set. So I usually catch pretty well. You should have some catches in this video as well. You can see the creek system here. There was a lot of holes on top of there where the coons have been working the side of the bank, looking for crawdads. There's a good trail, crossing trail right here. It was kind of faint. So usually if it's really, really hot, you have to set those. And I'd set them up, at least 4 in a spot. Usually I've got 2 here. I'll show you real quick. I have a pocket set right there. And I do a slide wire set on these. I like these. So the idea is I'm going to be here a week. I catch them here. I slide them on a piece of rebar right here, and that's where your coon will be. The nice thing about the slide wires on the pockets is that I just dispatch my coon, slide the trap back over, and you can see it's right here. Real simple set. Right there's my number 11. And then I create a pocket, put my fish back in the back of it. Same set on the other side, slide in that direction. So I've got 2 sets right here. I didn't really see a lot of tracks, But once again, it's that variety that we're kind of looking for. I don't want to leave anything behind. I know this is a good spot. I know there's a good habitat. You're going to be feeding off of this creek system, and kind of look for that sort of stuff on your properties. Okay, I'm going to take you to another location. Hopefully this helps you guys out quite a bit. Got this pond structure. I do have a DP up here on the top, right by that tree. And I usually always look at the banks because they're traveling along the banks. The lake's a little high this go around, so I'm basically just catching them coming and going through the trails on the ends. And then I have a piece right on this corner too, mostly just dog proofs on these. I do like to take inventory on these pond locations, so if you got a good trail on those, it's dry enough, definitely want to set a lot of traps on those, 3, 4 at least. You could do blind sets with your coil springs, or you could set your dog proofs down there by the water's fine. But there wasn't a lot of sign here, so I'm not setting a lot down along the shoreline. Okay, so this is the second coyote I've caught in this location. House is not even 100 yards, or about 100 yards away. So I feel so much better harvesting these coyotes that close to a house. I mean, he's got pets. We've got a livestock poultry farm over the hill. Lots of rubs on this one anyways, so. But I've caught 2 coyotes here. Creek system comes down, and what really turned me on was this good deer trail coming through. So originally I thought I'd set right here, but I like this point too, and I think that's where the traffic's coming through. So anyways, another deer killer down, just in time before the fawns get dropped. So it's a good thing in our state we can do this, because the overabundance of coyotes leads to the killing of those fawns, right guys? Okay guys, so I'm gonna show you this set real quick. Just did my dispatch, so we have a reset. I try to cover the blood, but that's just me. I'm gonna open this back up and I'll show you how I get this in there. Okay, so this is really a lot for you newer guys. I like to use the dirt holes because I'll catch coyotes at the same time. I'll also catch the opossums and the raccoons. So it is good to have that variety, which is why I like to share that on my channel with you guys. So I have my bed, it's already dug out. You can see it's about 3 inches, about the size of a football. Now I always drill a 90-degree hole this direction. I have a mouse hole auger with that right here. Oh, I think you guys could see that pretty good. I had to go at a 45. Usually I go this direction, but I'm gonna put my collar this direction. So, and I probably will even hide that. So by now, you know, I've got a catch circle. It's pretty busy. The good thing about doing these nest raider jobs in this late part of March, the weather is pretty good. It's not going to get below freezing. So my trap's going to go in right there. Going to take the play out. And we got to go deeper so that my swivels and stuff will sit level. There we go. That's a lot better. And usually these corner pieces is where, right here, this one and that one, and then the loose jaw. There's always the 2 areas I really focus on. As long as it doesn't wobble, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Here's as far as back I'm going with it, and then from there we just cover it. So I'm going to use the trapper's cap. I like these. Don't like pan covers so much, but that's just me. Whoops. Like that.
gonna get that covered up real quick. All right, so one thing that I want to do is I want to cover my trap, obviously, but I usually like to cover the sides, and I like to show him the pan where I want him to sit. Now, this is high, this is low. I'm gonna try and build this up a little bit more, and then I kind of try to pack it in. So if you're looking to catch coyotes, you always want to make sure these sides are packed in real good. And I gotta get him to step down. I don't want him to work my set over here. That's the goal. And now from here, I pack that in real good on the sides, pull off my cap, blend the rest of it. There we go. That's pretty much about what I want to do. All right, so I just kind of try to pack down these sides as best as I can. You can just kind of see I kind of covered my hole a little bit. Now from here, I'm going to do my bait. I'm going with Vance's Final Demise. I do pretty good off of his bait. That goes in the hole. And then I make a little side hole over here on the right side. I'm going to put it kind of at an angle. That's where my collar is going to go. Polyfill. And this one's a test. I can't tell you what it is yet, but I've had a lot of really good results off of it this year. It's my collar I'm using right now. Poke that baby in that hole, going that way. And that's the set. That's pretty much how I caught that coyote. Okay, so that's pretty much in a nutshell. I'll show you when I get done. I've been kind of kicking the dirt out, make it look like a kickback, and that's probably what I'll do. It does kind of help gets their attention, and also I think it helps invite them into the set, especially after a recatch like that. Okay, so I've showed you guys, the variety of different sets so far. DP, blind set, drowning set, slide wires, and then last but not least is my dirt holes. So on how I make those dirt holes. That's really what it's going to look like in the end. Got a nice, good front foot catch there, and then I kicked that dirt out a little bit, and yeah, so second coyote in that set, and hopefully we'll start catching whatever else comes through. Okay guys, so you can see this property I'm working in. Got this nice tall CRP Indian native type grasses, which is perfect for your birds. It's that good habitat we're looking for, guys. But it's all cut, it's nice. Now we have our creek system here. It comes up. I'm going to show you guys why. I set a couple sets right here. There's a fence line that goes this direction. So we've got a travel way this way. Always look for a trail when you're doing nest raiders down the middle. So I always come through here and look for a trail that goes down the middle of these fence lines. Usually there'll be one here. If you see one, you see a good trail, I put a dog proof right about in the middle where that trail is, so that you cut any traffic down on these fence lines. Secondary, I did set this. So I'm setting dirt holes on these corner pieces. So we got another field that opens back up. I don't know if that's alfalfa, but he's managing it for deer, he's managing it for turkeys. Good habitat. Here's my dirt hole on the corner. This would be facing the northwest, so I would have a southwest wind. That would be my predominant wind when it switches. My prevailing wind, which is normal, is it right here, northwest wind going this way. So I set another dirt hole on the other piece there. So the dirt holes are good. That's pretty much kind of where I'm going with the two coil springs on this piece right here, and this will connect possums, raccoons, coyotes. Good travel location. The ditch kind of empties right here, so there you go, another prime location. Okay, so I took you to another location. This is an alfalfa field. And you can see that native grass again, the CRP type stuff, which is good for your birds. If you create that and you don't have this predator type program in place, you're really just spinning your wheels. So that's the type of properties we're looking for. We got a ditch over here. It connects to the top fence line. So we're looking at the fence line travel way. I do have a set over here in the corner on the bottom side. Otherwise, a good set up here on top of the hill would be good. And then there's a lot of these trails that come out of that timber. I do have a set over here on a good trail going across. And you've seen a lot of my pictures already. I catch up there too. So something to think about. You know, this really good property is always a lot to break down, isn't there? Okay, one other last thing I'd like to add in conclusion of this video. I hope you guys did like it. One thing I'd like to add is that most properties are the same year after year unless you have a crop change or major habitat change. Go to those same den trees year after year. You're gonna find out a lot of the trails that you saw this year will be there next year. They're such a creature of habit. With that being said, if you happen to have Onyx, I use Onyx. It helps me mark everything from year after year, and it just makes it so much easier. So go to their den trees, go to their travel locations, and just catch them. Have fun. It's an easy, simple thing to do. Well, I hope you guys liked it. We got a nest raider, lots of nest raiders on this episode. Pretty good job. If you want to have the small game and the birds, you got to get rid of the predators. And I'm glad you guys like it. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. Otherwise, click the big thumbs up. I'm Jinx, and have a great day. Okay, folks, I want to tell you about this boot real quick. I was wearing this boot in this video. The company Hisea, that's this company here, H-I-S-E-A, they reached out to me and they said, hey, we'll give you a free pair of boots if you just put them on your video. So I put this in my video, and the kicker is, and the deciding factor for me, is that you guys get to save 15% off site-wide. So I figured, hey, you know what? Give me a good opportunity to try a different pair of boots, a different company, and for you guys to save money. If you guys like their products, if you guys are using their products, here's an opportunity for you to save money on their waders, their boots. They have a lot of different stuff site-wide. Check them out. H-I-S-E-A, Hisea Boots. The product link, if you like this boot, is in the description down below, and the promo code JINX. Save 15% off Hisea boots. Pretty comfortable boots. I'm going to keep beating on these, and I'll let you know later what I think, but check them out.